I hope you guys are excited because today I'm going to show you the best places to see fall colors in Utah. Hi, I'm Janiel. I've been traveling internationally for the last 20 years, connecting with cultures and finding sustainable adventures, especially scuba diving. This year, I'm showing you my hometown of Utah, from the deep southern deserts to the high Uinta Mountains, with a sprinkling of hidden gems from around the world. Be sure to subscribe and become a part of the culture trekking community. Oh, and share it with your friends. More the merrier. So today I'm going to take you out on a tour of northern Utah to see all of the beautiful fall colors that are here. And I'm going to be doing it with my dogs. I'll even have a trail in here that you can take your dogs on and get some pretty pictures. Guys, come on. I think they're a little excited. So I've got my leashes, my harness, some water, and then some doggy poop bags. So that's my little to-go kit for the doggies. So Big Cottonwood Canyon that we're in right now, it is a major hotspot for fall colors. It's also an area where dogs are not allowed. The reason is because it's actually a watershed area, meaning that a lot of the water that the city gets is from this canyon, which is why dogs are not allowed. And it's the locals that actually enforce it. You can get pretty big fines if somebody reports you, which because it's such an outdoor state, Utahns are very protective of their recreational areas. Now, a lot of the Big Cottonwood Canyon and Little Cottonwood Canyon is actually privately owned areas, and so it could possibly get shut down as far as recreational use. So make sure you follow the rules. Interesting thing about Big Cottonwood Canyon is that it is actually a glacially carved canyon, which is why it's a little bit bigger of a canyon, more wide. And the Little Cottonwood Canyon was carved out by a river. So that makes that canyon quite a bit more narrow. And I think this is why the Big Cottonwood Canyon has this major roadway that takes you up into the different ski areas like Solitude and Brighton. So there's your fun facts for today. So we're not going to be getting out of the car at this point, obviously, because I got my two fur babies with me. It is definitely worth the drive through the canyon though, as you can see, just because of how gorgeous the rock formations are. This is a huge area for a lot of the University of Utah students to hang out. Van lifers, rock climbers, motorcyclists that want to go on that Sunday drive, which is really popular in the area because a lot of people are in church. Most of the stores are closed, and just have a picnic up the canyon, take some gorgeous photos, and then you can either head up to Park City or go back down to Salt Lake City. But I'm going to take you around the loop that I kind of created for myself, and I will link that map in the description box below of all of the places that you can go see fall colors. And then I'm also going to link a detailed description of not just the places that I'm going to show you today, but also of all the places that you can go and see fall colors, do that leaf peeping, not just with your dogs, but also different things that you can do in the areas other than just sit in a car and watch the leaves go by. I'll include some hikes and different places to eat, hikes that are dog friendly, those that are not. And just go and check out culturetrekking.com for all of that. That link will be in the description box below. I'll also put my autumn and Halloween essentials in the description box below as well. Cozy sweaters, boots, different decorations that you can put in your house, ideas for parties and activities and costumes and all that. So be sure to go check those out as well. Unfortunately, just before I took my drive up to see the fall colors in the Big Cottonwood Canyon, we had a 112-mile-per-hour windstorm that pretty much blew all the leaves off of the trees. So it varies from year to year, and you want to get up to see the colors before one of those storms hit. Now we are making our way to Guardsman Pass, which has a lot of mountain biking trails nearby, hiking trails, but again, you can't take your dogs on it. So we decided to head forward to Pine Canyon Drive. So Pine Canyon Drive, if you go back to that map that I just showed you, it's going to be on the other side of the mountains. So if there is a big storm, this is probably your best place to go see fall colors because it's going to be protected from the wind on the other side of the mountain. There aren't a whole lot of places to stop on Pine Canyon Drive, but if you keep following the canyon down to Wasatch Mountain State Park, there are plenty of dog-friendly hikes where you can go leaf-peeping and see those gorgeous Utah fall colors. Next, we're going to head over to Dutch Hollow Trailhead. This is a multi-use trail. So the dogs and I are on the Dutch Hollow Trailhead, or the Heber Valley Outlook Trail. It is dog friendly, but there are mountain bikes, horses, ATVs, things like that on this trail. So just make sure that your dogs are pretty well behaved. Probably wasn't the smartest idea to take Finn out on his first hike on a trail that has horses, but he's doing pretty well. So he freaks out at most animals. So it's a 2.3 mile out and back trail, and the payoff is a really pretty overlook, like I was saying, of Heber Valley. There were a lot of blind corners on this hiking trail, and with mountain bikes going past Finn, we ended up just turning around. But this is the gorgeous view of Heber Valley you get to see at the end. Heber Valley is where Heber City is, and also Midway and the Homestead Crater. Be sure to check out culturetrekking.com for more on those. From Dutch Hollow, there was a little surprise at Deer Creek Reservoir I can't wait to show you. After that, you turn right to get onto the Alpine Loop, or the road to the Alpine Loop, and Timpanogos Cave. This is Deer Creek Reservoir, and I just thought this was so cool. If you know what this is called, what they're doing is called, drop it in the comments below. This is the Timpanogos Mountain Trail, a 15-mile trail that lets you summit the second highest peak in Utah. It is a perfect place to get some of those fall pictures. Well, at least we tried. So this is American Fork Canyon and the start of the Alpine Loop. One thing you have to realize is that if you come on a weekend, you're going to see traffic like this. Because everybody gets out of church and they want to go on a nice Sunday drive, because Mormons don't really do things on Sundays. They believe that you shouldn't go into a store because it makes other people work and prevents them from worshiping God. So they end up going out into nature. To get up American Fork Canyon, it is a $6 fee, and you want to make sure that you're only pulling off on and in those spaces where it's permitted. Otherwise, it can cause a huge traffic jam and you might end up with some kind of damage to your car, because there is a lot of high schoolers and college students that come up American Fork Canyon to Timpanogos Cave. So Timpanogos Cave and Sundance are both up American Fork Canyon. You also have a lot of people coming up here for engagement photos, for family photos, and things like that. I would definitely say it might be better if you are the photographer to do this drive with someone else, so that you can take photos, they can drive, and then pull off on those little pullouts that are designated, and you can switch so that you can both get that photo and video. You don't want to come in an SUV or a very jacked up wide truck, just because the roads are quite narrow. I am in a Subaru Forester, and I feel like with two small SUVs side by side on these roads, you still have to fold in your side mirrors. Smaller cars like Honda Civics and Mini Coopers, things like that, those will be fine on this road. The road is completely paved, and it's not a rough road like it used to be, so you don't need a vehicle that is a large 4x4. Okay, this canyon is one of my favorite canyons because this is where I grew up. Now, September and October are very dry months. Usually we don't get a whole lot of rain in Utah. The beginning of July until about mid-October. So you do have a few windstorms, a few rainstorms that can come through. So if you're planning on coming up and starting a campfire, just don't, because a lot of the fire hazards are actually at high risk, or a high fire danger rather. So what I suggest is getting a portable battery that's in my Autumn Essentials, kit.co/culture-trekking/Autumn Essentials. I'll link it down below. But get a external battery that you can take with you, a low voltage kettle. I have one that's collapsible. Cook up some hot cocoa, some apple cider at a picnic table, share regales of your summer adventures, and eat some moon pies. These are like my favorite thing. It's like a graham cracker marshmallow combo, so you may not be able to have a fire, but this is as close to a s'mores as you're gonna get when you're in Utah. So fun fact, well actually I'm gonna have you guys guess, where are moon pies actually manufactured? Drop that in the comment section below, or if you have any other ideas on how to make this leaf-peeping adventure in Utah, or the fall color viewing of Utah, northern Utah, how to make it more fun for you and your family. If you have kids, I don't have kids, I just have my pups, and yeah, drop them in the comments below, and then I'll include it in my Autumn Essentials. So, all right, I'm gonna focus on the road. Probably a good idea.